Studio B and welcome to NZOWN. We're with Bex Riley, not Bextasy.
Thank you.
I've been corrected on that. With Chris Shetland, Baitercell and Timmy Schumacher. How you doing, fellas?
What's up? Good. How's it going?
Now, you're putting, we'll get to your latest single. You've just put out Lock and Load as a video, but you're putting the finishing touches on your record at the moment, and you've got a whole bunch of guests coming into the record as well. Tell me about a couple of features. Bex, you're a mainstay as a vocalist, but who else is featured on the record?
On the album we've got female vocalist Nikki Ahu, who's sort of more R&B style singer, really strong voice. Jordan Rain, who you might know, she did stuff with Break the Co-op, and she's done Dr. Kevorkian and Suicide Machine. Yep. So really beautiful voice as well.
Yeah. Tough and Chant is doing a track who laid down some vocals on the Ragga remix of Fool's Love with the Misfits. Yeah, so I got him on a track. He's pretty cool. Who else? Flow On Show, doing a couple of tracks with us. They're kind of our main hip hop MCs for the album. They're doing some stuff. Four Corners.
Morocco.
Yeah. Morocco's doing the intro to the album. Yeah, it's exciting.
Very exciting. Look, when you create a track and you decide you want a whole bunch of guest vocalists on this, how do you decide who you want?
Depends on, when you hear the track, quite often you can get a good idea of what a vocalist, what vocalist voices sound like and how that'll fit in with the track. Like the intro track, it was like, let's put Morocco on because of the feel of the track and his storytelling ability. The Jordan Rain track, when Timmy mentioned let's get Jordan Rain on that track, it was like, well, yeah, makes sense. I don't know, you get a feeling for it, but quite often you throw a track to a vocalist and they capture the actual feeling of the track as well.
Like say with, you might give a hip hop vocalist like 10 beats and they might choose 1 or 2 beats off it that they like. So, it just depends on what they like. But say, I'd heard Jordan's stuff with Breaks Co-op on that track Transistor on their Roofers album, and I just knew that really wanted to do a track with her at some point. And Chris had made a beat and a synth sound that sounded really cool, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely Jordan material. So we gave it to her and she was into it. So,
Bex, do you have any sort of mandate on what Chris and Timmy want the track to sound like? Lyrically, do they want any sort of message to come out, or do you get to sit down and go, here you go?
We do, we discuss it a bit, but they give me quite a lot of musical freedom, which is really cool. You can kind of get a feel from the tunes, from I know the chords and all the rest, but we talk about influences and different things, but no, they're pretty good with letting me go away.
Yeah. Quite often we'll write a beat and we'll be writing it for Bex, and then we'll sit around and we'll workshop for some vocals and then give them to Bex, and she'll go into the booth and deliver them in the way that only Bex can deliver them, and maybe change the words around and stuff like that. So it's a group effort.
It's such a kind of developing thing too. Like you might come up with an idea and you'll lay it down, but it just won't capture the kind of idea of the song, So you'll develop those and things will change over time.
When you're working on the record, are you trying to find a different place for each song? So by that I mean you want this one to sound like it's a dance floor song, and you want something else to perhaps be more of a headphone song, more of a head nodder. Are you trying to actually communicate anything apart from just great dance music with this record?
Yeah. For an album, from my side, it's really heaps about constructing a total flow over the whole album, telling a number of stories. Yeah. Don't want to just create a selection of singles. Like a lot of the tracks have particular influences or emotions in them, and they all sit in relation to the other tracks. I think it's quite important to do that. When you're just doing dance floor singles, you can just do them and have them unrelated, but an album should be all interrelated. So,
should be a listening experience.
Yeah.
There should be a definite beginning and a definite end and a middle. Like a movie.
Journey.
Yeah, it should be a journey, like a movie or something. Yeah, a story.
And now, Bex, let's talk about latest single Lock and Load, and a pretty cool video for that as well.
Tell us, cool,
talk us through how the clip was made, because you're the main character in the clip.
Yep, I am. It's made by Ed Davis from Wellington. What has he done? He's done some Grimsky vids, Misfits of Science. He's done a few goodies, and the idea is I'm in a game, a kind of 3D world, shooting these guys.
Because we're bad.
And I'm like Lara Croft, kick her ass. It's so much fun. It was really cool to film. We're in a big green room and just running around, and he did all the animation. It's really cool.
This is a bit of a departure, because your first video you made for What's Down Low was on a fairly low budget, wasn't it? So it was more of a a visual feast that didn't involve green screens and a lot of post-production work. So this time round, did you go, we really want to develop something different on this clip?
Yeah, and telling the story of Lock and Load as well. I think it's really captured a lot of the essence and the ideas behind the song in the video. So, yeah.
We sat down with Ed and we just said, look, you know, we want guns in our video. It's that simple. We don't like guns. We like guns.
We love guns. We've got a good collection.
But yeah, no, we just basically, you know, I mean, the whole nature of the song is about just like tearing it up and coming through and very strong kind of force behind the whole track. So we felt like it needed a fairly strong and overt sort of video. So we sat down with Ed and, you know, told him what we wanted, and he just constructed this like monster around it, you know, and created this video and shot Bex against a green screen and did the rest of his magic in his studio in Wellington at Underbelly. And yeah, that's what he came up with.
Now, Lock and Load and What's Down Low, big dance floor smashes. Compare that to the rest of the record, and is that representative of what we can expect?
To an extent, as I said, we've got a number of more dance floor breaksy tracks, and then we sort of cross some over into more electro style hip hop and electro. We're just showing off a lot of our musical influences in it. We listen to quite a wide range of music, but for the album we've just tried to tell the story. You know, the break stuff where it's come from electro as well, our hip hop influences.
Well, now Lock and Load and What's Down Low have had the remix treatment, and you've also given me a remix of Lock and Load, the rock remix. So I'm wondering, are you looking at flicking this off to different formats and seeing the song be able to appeal to different audiences?
That's the plan.
Yeah, do as many remixes as possible of it and of the whole album.
Are you taking a leaf out of anyone else's book by doing this?
I don't know of too many people that have done rock remixes of dance tracks. You know, it's nice to turn it around the other way. You quite often have dance remixes of rock tracks. You know, the more rock remixes we can get of the album, of tracks on the album, the better. And you know, we work with Dave Holmes, who's got one of the other studios up at COG, so he's so good at rock. It's really good to work with him on that and, you know, throw ideas forwards and backwards.
Sounds so good too, the tune, the rock remix.
It certainly does.
Man, I feel so like Pantera kind of in it, hey, or something.
Did you get in and re-record that, or did they just lay your vocal over the top?
No, just put the vocals over the top.
What did you think of it when you heard it again?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
So different. I've always wanted to be in a rock band, secretly, eh?
And Aqua Sky has also given it the remix treatment as well.
Yep, that's for the 12-inch, because we've actually signed Lock and Load to Passenger Records in the UK, which is what What's Down Low came out on. That's coming out. They've had a bit of a hold-up with the release, and that's coming out on the 14th of March.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's coming out on vinyl as well.
Fantastic.
It's cool. And they've remixed it for the flip. They've done like a trancey breaks thing on the other side, which is quite popular. Yeah, it's real kind of epic sounding.
Good for the big room sets, as Joe Leon would say.
Yeah.
Well, the bass technique is out when?
Beginning of April.
Not going to fix the date down yet?
It's supposed to be the 7th of April.
Thereabouts.
But yeah, they ship it to the stores, so it takes a bit of time for that to get into the stores.
Of course.
Out on COG.
Out on COG?
Yep.
So it's Pitch Black and Schumacher, Baitercell and Bex Riley on COG these days.
Yeah, and we're developing all sorts of things through, having a play around, but we're just pretty busy with a lot of projects and producing a lot of artists as well. So
Everything's exciting this year.
It's all on.
It is.
Timmy, Chris and Bex, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you for having us.
Let's have a look at Schumacher, Baitercell and Bex Riley. It's Lock and Load here on NZOWN.